Welcome to Super Science University Bhagavad-Gita, which only can fulfill any of your wishes and will give you permanent happiness in the end. And it is the permanent solution to any of your problems, the highest, most prime, secret, and the only complete knowledge, which is the source of everything and it answers every possible question. So, who am saying you as? You is for humanity, for all the humans. It's not specifically for any part of the society, it's for everyone. I talked with one of my friends and he told me that what you are teaching is religion and being spiritual is different from being religious. He said this because I told him all the religions you see in the world are because people misunderstood Gita. Otherwise, there was only one religion and others were anti religious. Only two groups. Now there are many religions. Interesting fact is that the anti religious would also merge in the same energy in the end. That's a different concept. He is right on his part to say that. Let me explain what I meant. What is Gita? Who is it meant for? Firstly, I will explain using a normal timeline basis. Gita, Lord Buddha's teachings, Bible, via Jesus Christ, Quran, via Muhammad, Guru Granth Sahib, via Sikh gurus. You all know Gita is the oldest among them. Secondly, only Gita among them all has complete knowledge and at the highest level. You all can read them and make your decision the way I did. Thirdly, Gita has no teachings or statements but pure knowledge with answers and explanations. Fourthly, the Gita that happened 5000 years back was a reteaching. Since Gita was the first knowledge that was spread as seed via Sri Krishna in the beginning of mankind before any other knowledge. Gita is self knowledge because people make mistake by thinking that Gita is related to the Hindus or that particular civilization. Weird part is that the Gita is not meant for Hindus as well. It is meant just for humanity or for humans. There is no relation of Hindu and Gita. If by the name you relate it with Hindus, so just change the name to anything else. Even it's not called Christian Gita because it has nothing to do with Krishna. The name is Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. Shrimad means radiant, holy, splendid, or glorious, and is an honorific title. The word Bhagwan, which is sometimes translated in English as Lord or God, is related to Bhagavad. The word Gita means song. So the title Bhagavad Gita, a 700 verse scripture that is part of the epic Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita is called the Song of the Lord. Since it's the song of the Lord, so the lyrics have deep meanings unlike the songs you hear on Spotify. Fifthly, Gita is like a university, meaning the final level. So consider all others as its students, and when a student passes this exam, he can declare that now he is the professor. But for the respect of his professor, a student will never say or use the word I directly, unlike Gita, which only has the direct verb in use in the entire Gita. Also, a professor is only authorized to give complete knowledge. Krishna is called as the complete incarnation of the Par Brahm, the ultimate. That form of Par Brahm that appeared to teach us Gita is called Krishna. He is teaching Gita and sitting without any form as Par Brahm parallelly. That's why Gita teaches us to perform two things simultaneously. Sorry about my voice, guys. Perform our duties according to our nature physically, but with our mind always concentrating on that one. Only Gita has all the steps of how to merge in that one, starting from easier to difficult levels. So, if you have this doubt why the universe was created, you have to become the creator yourself to get the answer. But remember, the creator is still indulged in work, but the final level, the one, is out of all this doing and non doing. He is the honor without any foundations. These are just shortcut answers. If you are interested, do the research yourself. Go and read or listen to all the scriptures. Have some curiosity, since it's the reality, the only truth, and won't be different than mine or your finding. But come out of your small circle and break all the boundaries. Like Krishna, don't believe in anything unless you have your own personal experience. Let's continue. As I mentioned in my previous video, the job of a higher level person. Funny part is, if the higher one commits a big mistake, he can fall down to a very low level. That's part of the game of life. God is present everywhere. Everywhere God exists. We have a subtle body. According to that, we are taking power and life from it. So, if we have a subtle body of 5 candles in comparison to 5-watt bulb, then we are taking the power of 5 candles. If it is of 50 candles, then we are taking 50 candles. Mahavir had a subtle body of 1,000 candles, so he is taking 1,000 candles. We are very poor. Our subtle body is of only 1 candle, so we are taking only 1 candle. God is not stingy in this. The bigger the vessel we bring, the more we get. If we wish we could become of 1,000 candles, then the same kind of talent that manifests in Mahavira would manifest in us. And there comes a limit when Mahavira says even 1,000 will not suffice. We want infinite candles. Then he says break the bulb. Then you can become of the value of infinite candles. Because as long as the bulb exists, there will be always a limit to the number of candles, whether it is 1,000, 2,000, a million, or a billion. But if you want infinite light, then break the bulb. Then Mahavira says, if we break the bulb, we become free. The whole meaning of being free is that we have had enough of the instruments, but we have seen that every instrument becomes a limitation, and where there is limitation, there is suffering. That is why we break the instrument. Now we become one with the whole. It is a mistake of language that they become one. They were one. The mechanism was in between. That is why we could meet less. The mechanism got broken, so it is complete now. The soul does not come and go. The subtle body comes and goes. The gross body comes and goes. The gross body is received from the parents. The subtle body is received from the previous birth, and the soul has always been there. If there is no subtle body, the gross body cannot be assumed. If the subtle body breaks, it is impossible to assume the gross body. Therefore, as soon as the subtle body breaks, 2 events occur. One hand, when the subtle body falls, the journey of the gross body stops, and on the other hand, our boundary with God is erased. The falling of the subtle body is sadhana, the bridge in between which connects us in the middle. This side with the body and that side with the God falls. To make it fall is the whole sadhana practice. It is important to understand the thing that make up the subtle body. It is made up of our desires, lusts, wishes, aspirations, expectations, our actions that we have not done but desire, our thoughts, our deeds, whatever we have thought, contemplated, done, experienced, felt. Our subtle body is made up of the electronic effects of all that, the electrical effects of all that. So you can imagine a software. So we are the one that designed the software. There's nobody else. So if you compare astrology with Bhagavad-Gita, you will throw astrology away. Nobody else, no star or nothing can affect you. You are yourself responsible for each and every action you did. So complete knowledge for all humanity. Remember.